Hello, Truth Seeker. Lorelei here with yet another message about finding your truth. And as I usually do, I base most of my talks and my videos on the things that I am going through in the moment. And the last couple of weeks, or maybe even a couple of months, but the last couple of weeks, very profoundly, they have been so hard. There has been so many things coming up for me to clear, and I know for a lot of my friends as well, similar topics, and it's all about your shadow side. So a lot of things are coming up for us to see so that we can heal them. And what do I mean by shadow side? Shadow side is all of this that you are not seeing. All of the things that you are hiding from yourself. And one of those things that I am hiding from myself, I've been hiding from myself, and a lot of people do hide from themselves, is their bad side or their bad traits or the things that they consider being their faults. On the self-development journey and the journey to loving myself, I've became really good at appreciating myself and seeing all of the good qualities in me and all of my skills, all of my talents, and see how valuable I am to myself and to the society and to people and potential friends, potential partners. I can see all of those good skills that I have. But something that I haven't realized, and it's only been coming up for me in the last couple of weeks, is not accepting the bad things about me. Nobody is perfect, and I've been saying that to people all throughout my therapy career, that nobody is perfect and we should not expect ourselves to be perfect. But yet I have not been able to apply that to myself in a way that I've always been trying to fix myself in a way, or work on myself, or when I see that there is some areas of my life that I'm lacking, I would always try to look into that and put in work and see how I can shift that. And yeah, that's all good, because there's a lot of things that are not for my benefit, and yes, by changing and working, we're growing as a soul and growing as a human being, and that's all good. But the part that I kind of missed was accepting all of those bad things about me. And when I say bad things, they're not considered generally bad for, by everyone, by the society. Those are just the things that I see in myself, and I consider them to be negative. So I judge myself for those parts of me that do not adhere to my standards in a way. They do not, that they're not part of somebody that I see myself to be. And everybody has that. Nobody's perfect. Like literally nobody's perfect. And it's not that I was trying to be perfect, but some of the things about me I've denied so much. I've hidden them so deep that they are coming up, or they were coming up in very weird moments, and I couldn't pinpoint what it was. I couldn't pinpoint a lot of self-sabotage that was happening in my life. And when I actually sat with myself and I started feeling into my body where what's going on and where is the anxiety, and yes, I've had a lot of anxiety in the last couple of weeks, just kind of in the pit of my stomach, like this big squeeze, and I've been using a lot of distractions and again focusing on the positive and just kind of pushing myself forward and looking at the things that I need to work on, and this anxiety was just there. And eventually I just had to sit and look at it, because it was really, really debilitating, and it was just really putting me down, and I was like, where's that coming from? So I had to sit with myself without distractions, just sit with myself, feel into this anxiety and ask, where's this coming from? And so many beliefs came up, with one big belief telling me that I am not a good person. Now, it's very unreasonable to think that. I'm not saying that I'm a great person, but being a bad person, I guess if you are a murderer, then you can think of yourself as a bad person because you're doing something to harm other people. But for me, that was very interesting that on very deep level, I was thinking that I'm a bad person. So I started asking myself, like, where, in what areas, am I a bad person? What are those beliefs that are proving to me that I'm a bad person? Because on a logical level, like I know all the good that I do for the world, being a kind person, being a helpful person, paying my taxes, keeping the environment as clean as I can. So, like in general, I do not have reason to think that I'm a really, really bad person. But those things were coming up for me. And then I just kind of sat down and I wrote the list of what are those bad things about me, or the bad things that I think about myself. And so much crap came up, like so much crap. But why am I telling you this? And when it comes to the shadow side, denying some parts of yourself that you think are negative or you think you don't want to have is creating a discord inside of you. It's creating a kind of a breakage, and it's causing resistance. So if there is a belief in you that there is something about you that is not right, then all of the things that you want to go towards in life, or you want to achieve in life, or your dreams, they're not going to happen, because there's this deep resistance based on a belief that there is something wrong with you and it needs to be fixed. So what is the solution? The solution is to accept yourself fully, with all the good and the bad and the ugly. It's great to accept the good. A lot of people, when they have very low self-esteem, they don't see the good parts of themselves. So accepting the good parts is a big journey and a big job as well. But once you do that, you also need to accept all of those negative traits that you have. Just accept them, and eventually they will shift. You will be able to shift them if they don't fit your life. But some of those beliefs that you have about yourself, they may not be true. Like, I don't know. Give you an example about me. I like my house being clean. I like living in a clean environment, and it doesn't mean it has to be spotless, but it just needs to be tidy. Because if the house is untidy, I feel chaotic in my head as well. So I like my house to be tidy, and sometimes it's to the point that when people come into my house, I would ask them to follow specific rules so that my house stays tidy, because I like my house tidy, but I don't necessarily like to clean all the time. So I have a way that my household works for me. Some of the ways that I go about my daily tasks, so it's still tidy, it's not chaotic, and I don't have to clean all the time. In some people's views, it was said that I am being a perfectionist, or I have cleaning OCD, or I'm being unreasonable. So if I somewhere deep inside of myself believe that I'm a bad person, there's something wrong with me, and I hear those kind of comments, that I can take them onto myself and start believing them. While there is nothing wrong with liking your house to be tidy. This is just a preference. And there is nothing wrong with that. It doesn't have to be changed. This is just about me and how I like to live my life. But if you believe somewhere there that you are a bad person, that there is something wrong with you, if you hear comments from other people, they will resonate with that part of you that feels that, and it will create, or you will reinforce the belief that you have about yourself. Even if you don't have that belief consciously, even if consciously you think you're telling yourself affirmations, I'm a great person, I'm successful, I'm happy. Even those affirmations are not going to make a big difference in your life if there is an underlying belief that there's something wrong with you. So what I'm telling you today, Truth Seeker, is that on the journey to finding your truth, you need to accept all of the things that you don't like about yourself. I'm not saying don't change it. You can change it eventually. But first, you need to accept it. This is who you are. And you are who you are because of your bringing up, because of your childhood, because of everything that happened to you in your life. And a lot of your behaviors, reactions, personality traits, they are here as a result of that. and it doesn't mean that there is something wrong with you, that you are just a sum of everything that has happened to you up until now. So if you are denying the parts of you that you think are bad, then you're denying yourself in a whole. You're just accepting some parts of you while you're denying the other parts of yourself. So by accepting the bad things about you, you're letting go. You're letting go. And letting go is a big, big important part of healing journey, because if there's something that we are not liking about ourselves, we tend to fight against it. So we create the environment of fight, and anything that you fight, you put attention to, you put your focus on the things that you're trying to fight. So anything that you put focus on, you make bigger. Energy follows attention. So if you're always paying attention to those things, even on a subconscious level, the things that are wrong about you, you're strengthening them. So by accepting those parts of you that you don't like, you're generally saying, like, I'm not fighting you anymore. I'm just letting it go. And there is a huge power in letting go, because once you let go, the things start shifting on their own in a way. Like, you will see, if you stop fighting, for example, this perfectionist part of cleaning the house, and you just kind of accept it, this is how I am, then eventually it's going to ease off a little bit. It's not going to become such a big deal because you're not fighting it anymore. So allow yourself to be who you are fully. Only from the point of allowing and accepting yourself fully, you can make conscious changes and easier changes in your life. The changes that you actually choose to make. You don't have to change everything about your bad sides, bad traits, because maybe you're the only one who considers them bad. One of my bad traits that I thought was really terrible was that I am a night owl. I just can't fall asleep early, and because of that I wake up late. And the whole society is built in a way that, jobs start at 8, 9 in the morning. And then, if you want to go see a doctor, everything is in the morning. So for years, I've been trying to push myself to become an early riser. And I've been beating myself up for not being able to sleep, not being able to wake up in the morning, or waking up in the morning and being exhausted because I haven't slept well, because I was pushing against my own internal clock. So I thought this was such a bad thing about me, that I just, I have problems sleeping. But in reality, this is just part of my personal rhythm. And there is nothing wrong with that. Yes, society works differently, but I can figure out ways to make the world, the life work for me according to what fits me. So it's not a bad trait. And I'm sure about you, there is a lot of things about you that you think, are bad, but they're just bad in your own perception. Ask your friends, your family, just ask the people that care about you. Don't ask people who are quite critic of you. Just ask people who actually care about you to tell you what are your bad traits, what is negative about you. And I'm sure that in general, they will not say the things that you think about yourself. You are your own worst judge. And just check with people, like, your own internal view of yourself is the one that's stopping you from moving forward and being who you truly are. So just to conclude what I was saying, because I kind of went on the rant here, it's all about accepting yourself fully, accepting all parts of you, and accepting those things that you don't like about yourself. Once you accept them, you allow them to just be, because this is part of your reality at the moment, that you are here with the good traits and the bad traits. Doesn't mean it's going to be like this forever, but in this moment, this is who you are. So just allow yourself to be who you are. And in allowing, you're creating an environment of letting go, of releasing, also releasing those things that you don't want to have in yourself and you've been fighting before. they will shift once you stop fighting them, once you stop fighting yourself. So, truth seeker, do not fight who you are. Allow yourself to be who you are in the moment, and only in the place of full acceptance you will be able to make conscious changes about who you are and about what you want and where you want to go in life. So this is my message for you today. I wish you to have a great day. I wish you to have a great week, and I will speak to you soon.